The story begins in the year 2000. The U.S. Mint released a brand new dollar coin with Sacagawea on the front. She was a Native American woman who helped Lewis and Clark explore the American West. The coin showed her carrying her baby on her back. It was a strong and peaceful image. The back of the coin showed a bald eagle flying through the sky. The coin looked golden, even though it wasn't real gold. It was made to stand out from other coins. But here's where things get interesting. At the Denver Mint, where many coins are made, a big mistake happened. Somehow, a machine was set up with the wrong piece. It used the front side of a quarter, the side with George Washington's face, and the back side of a Sacagawea dollar, the one with the flying eagle. But instead of putting this on a silver-colored quarter like usual, it was pressed onto a golden-colored dollar coin. This kind of mistake is called a mule error. That's when two coin parts that should never go together get stamped on one coin. Now, you might be thinking, wouldn't someone notice right away? But no. These coins slipped through. People didn't even realize what they had. One of the first people to find one was a man named Frank Wallace from Arkansas. He got the coin in a regular roll of dollar coins from a bank. He looked at it and noticed something strange. It had George Washington on the front but the wrong color and the wrong back. He sent it to coin experts, and they confirmed it was real. That moment started a coin collecting frenzy. Only 22 of these special coins have ever been found. That's right, just 22 known in the whole world. That's why they're worth so much money. The first one sold for about $29,000. But as more people learned how rare they were, prices went up fast. Some were sold for $80,000. Some reached over $90,000. And the highest price ever paid for one of these coins? A jaw-dropping $147,500. That's like winning the lottery from a coin you could find in your pocket. So, how can you tell if you have one? It's actually not that hard. First, look at the front of the coin. Does it show George Washington, like on a quarter? If yes, that's your first clue. Now look at the back. Does it show a flying eagle, like on the Sacagawea dollar? That's your second clue. Now check the color of the coin. Is it golden, not silver? That's the third clue. If your coin has all three things, Washington's face, the eagle back, and the golden color, you might have a real mule error coin. Another thing to check is the edge. Normal quarters have a bumpy or reeded edge. But the Sacagawea dollar has a smooth edge. So if your coin has a smooth edge and looks like a mix of a quarter and a dollar, you could be holding something very special. If you think you found one, don't clean it or try to fix it. That can lower its value. Instead, show it to a coin expert or send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you if it's real and how much it's worth. This kind of mistake doesn't happen often. The U.S. Mint makes millions of coins every day, and they have strong quality control. So when a mistake like this gets out, it's a big deal. Collectors around the world go crazy for rare error coins like this. They know how hard it is to find one. That's why they're willing to pay huge amounts of money to get their hands on one. Just think, this coin was meant to be just one more dollar in someone's pocket. It was supposed to be used in vending machines, parking meters, maybe tucked into a tip jar. But because of one tiny mistake at the mint, it became one of the most valuable coins made in modern times. It's a reminder that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. You don't have to dig for gold or search for pirate ships. Sometimes, all you have to do is check your change. And the best part? These coins are still out there. Maybe in an old coin jar. Maybe in a roll of dollars from your bank. Maybe even in your wallet right now. Most people don't know to look. But you do, and that gives you an edge. The next time you get a dollar coin, take a good look at it. Check the face, the back, the color, and the edge. Who knows? You could be the next person to turn $1 into nearly $150,000. So remember, the 2000 Sacagawea dollar mule error is one of the rarest and most valuable coins you could ever find. Only 22 are known, but more could still be out there. They have sold for $80,000, $92,000, and even $147,000. And they look almost like any other dollar unless you know the signs. This isn't just about coins. It's about luck, knowledge, and being ready when opportunity knocks. Let me tell you the story of this amazing coin. The 1960s were a busy time for the US Mint. In 1965, there was a big coin shortage. To fix it, the Mint made some big changes. One thing they did was remove the mint marks from all coins. That means coins made in different cities like Philadelphia or Denver didn't have their usual small letters. This rule continued into 1966. So all 1966 pennies have no mint mark, no matter where they were made. This already makes them a little special. But something else happened that year. Because of the high demand and pressure to make lots of coins quickly, mistakes happened. These mistakes, also called errors, are what make some 1966 pennies so valuable today. These aren't just any small mistakes, they are rare, hard to find, and collectors love them. Let's talk about what kind of errors make these coins worth so much. The first big one is called a double die. This happens when the design on the coin is stamped more than once by accident. You might see the letters or numbers on the front of the coin look like they have a shadow or are doubled. On the 1966 penny, you can sometimes see doubling on words like, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty," or even on the numbers and the date. Some of these double die pennies have sold for thousands of dollars. One very clean example in mint condition sold for more than $15,000. Another valuable error is when the coin is struck off-center. This means the penny wasn't lined up correctly when it was made. You'll notice part of the design is missing, and one side might be blank. The more off-center it is, the more valuable it becomes, especially if the date is still visible. A 1966 penny that was struck over 60% off-center once sold for $8,500. Now here's where things get really crazy. Some 1966 pennies were made on the wrong kind of metal planchet. That means the metal piece used to make the coin wasn't the right one. A few were struck on dime or nickel blanks, and some were even silver-colored instead of copper. These coins are super rare and very exciting to collectors. One 1966 penny struck on a silver dime blank sold for more than $28,000. Another rare error with a double die and wrong metal sold for $85,000. And yes, one example reportedly sold for $110,000 in a private sale. That's one of the most valuable pennies in U.S. history. There are also 1966 pennies with what's called a clipped planchet. That means the coin has a piece missing, like someone took a bite out of it. If the clip is clean and the date is still visible, these can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on the condition. But even without an error, if you have a 1966 penny that looks brand new and shiny, it might still be valuable. That's because pennies from that time have usually turned brown or dull over the years. But if you find one in perfect condition, we call that red. In the coin world, it could be worth a lot. One 1966 penny in MS67 plus red condition sold for $13,800. That's almost $14,000 for a regular-looking penny, just because it was in great shape. So now you're probably wondering, how do I find one of these valuable coins? It's actually pretty simple. Start by looking through your old coins at home. Focus on pennies from 1966. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loop if you can. Check for anything strange: doubled letters, weird shapes, off-center designs, or silver color instead of copper. Weighing the coin can also help. A normal 1966 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If yours is lighter or heavier, it might be a wrong planchet error. If you think you found something special, don't try to clean it. That can lower the value. Instead, take it to a coin expert or send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can tell you exactly what you have and how much it's worth. A certified coin with a high grade or confirmed error can sell for a lot more money than one that isn't certified. So the next time you're digging through your spare change or old piggy bank, keep an eye out for 1966 pennies. You might just have one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever made. One tiny mistake at the mint could now be worth a small fortune in your hands. Think about it, people throw away pennies all the time. But one of those could be worth more than a brand new car or a year of college. All because of a tiny detail that most people never notice. That's why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know what you're going to find. A small, simple coin could hold a huge secret. And it could change your life. So check your change, go through your coin jars, and look closely at every 1966 penny you find. Because you never know, you might be holding a $110,000 treasure without even knowing it. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I'll be sharing more videos about rare and valuable coins you might already have. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found an old coin with a strange look. Maybe you have something valuable too. What if I told you that a small, ordinary-looking $1 coin from 1979 could be worth more than $100,000 today? Yes, really. One single coin, made for everyday use, can now be worth $52,000, $81,000, or even $110,000. It sounds like a dream, right? But it's true. And this rare treasure might be sitting in someone's drawer, a coin jar, or even your pocket right now. This is the story of the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar coin, and why a few of them are now worth a fortune. In 1979, the U.S. Mint released a brand new dollar coin. It was the first time a real woman, Susan B. Anthony, was featured on a U.S. coin. She was a strong and brave woman who fought for equal rights and women's right to vote. To honor her, they put her face on the new dollar coin. The coin was smaller than past dollar coins and had an 11-sided border around the edge, even though the coin itself was round. It was made of copper and nickel, and had an eagle on the back side. But people didn't really like the coin. Many said it looked too much like a quarter. Some confused it with other coins, so it didn't become very popular. Still, the mint made a lot of them, and most of these coins are only worth $1 today. But a few special ones are worth thousands. And one of those rare coins is the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar with a mint error. Now let's talk about what happened. At the Denver Mint, some coins were made with a mistake. These mistakes are called mint errors. There are many types, but some of the rarest 1979 D coins have a mistake in the rim, or the edge of the coin. This is called the wide rim or near date error. On normal coins, the date is a little far from the edge. But on these rare ones, the date is very close to the edge, and the rim looks thick. It might not sound like a big deal, but collectors go crazy for this kind of thing. Other valuable 1979 D coins may also have strong strikes, bold lettering, or even doubled images. Some have parts of the design that look like they were hit twice, or have lines and cracks from damaged dies. These mistakes are super rare, and they make the coins worth a lot more. The reason why these coins are so valuable is because only a few of them exist in really good condition. Most coins get scratched, dirty, or worn down. But the ones that stayed clean and sharp, those are the ones worth big money. Some have been sold at auctions for as much as $52,000. Others have reached $81,000. And one special 1979 D coin sold for more than $110,000. That's not a guess. That's a real auction price. So how can you tell if you have one of these coins? First, take a look at the front of the coin. It should say 1979, and below Susan B. Anthony's neck, there should be a small letter D. That means it was made at the Denver Mint. Then look at the edge of the coin. Is the date very close to the edge? Does the rim look thick? If yes, you might have a wide rim or near date error. If the date looks farther from the rim, it's probably the normal version. Next, look at the details. Are the stars and letters bold and deep? Does the face look extra sharp or even slightly doubled? Do you see cracks or lines that look unusual? These might be signs of a rare minting mistake. If you think your coin looks strange or different from others, it's a good idea to show it to a coin expert. But here's a warning: never clean your coin. Cleaning can scratch it and destroy its value. Even if it looks dirty, leave it the way it is. If you think your coin is rare, you can send it to a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will look at the coin carefully and give it a grade. Coins in high grades like MS67 or MS68 are the most valuable. The better the condition, the higher the price. Coins like this are called modern treasures. They aren't old like ancient coins or made of gold, but collectors love them because they are rare and special. And the best part is, they are still out there. These coins weren't taken out of circulation. They were mixed in with all the others. That means someone could still find one in a roll of coins from the bank, in an old wallet, or in a family coin jar. Think about it. One small coin, made over 40 years ago, could be worth more than $100,000. All because of a tiny mistake at the mint. That's why coin collecting can be so exciting. It's not just about old coins. It's about the thrill of the hunt. The idea that a small detail can make a big difference, and the chance that one lucky find could change your life. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was only made for a few years, and most people forgot about it. But now, collectors are looking for these rare errors more than ever. If you have a $1,979 coin, now is the time to check it. Look for the D mint mark. Look at the rim. Look at the details. You might be sitting on something worth thousands. This coin is more than just money. It's a piece of history. It honors a woman who fought for fairness and equal rights. And by chance, a few of these coins were made with mistakes that turned them into priceless treasures. So next time you get change, don't just spend it without looking. Take a second. Flip that coin over. You never know what you'll find. And if you're lucky, that little dollar could be the start of something big. Into a full video package.